Have you ever had a 17-year-old Jim Beam product? We've got one here today. Hi friends, I'm Laura. This is Baker Drinks. Today I'm going to review for you the Jim Beam Hardins Creek Clermont. So this is a 17-year-old bourbon. It is 110 proof. Their plan is to release 3 different 17-year-old bourbons this year. They're all aged in different places, so it's supposed to be the same liquid going into the barrels, but they're aged in different places. So they've got the Clermont, the Frankfurt, and the Boston location. All of them are in Kentucky, but there are different microclimates, different experiences in the barrel, I guess, for the liquid. So this is the first one. It is probably, I think it was $160, $170. But it comes in this container. It is not as fancy as the Jacob's Well, the 15-year. It looks similar, but this is more of a cardboard where the 15-year came in a tin, but that's okay. It doesn't really matter what it comes in. Let's just kind of take a look. I'll read this little story to you. Finn's gonna nap while I do it, and we'll see what it says. So Hardins Creek, the birthplace of the Beam family distilling legacy. This is our origin story. Today the Beam name is synonymous with bourbon, but it wasn't always so. There had to be a first, and that was Johannes Jacob Beam, the forefather of America's first family of bourbon. 1795, in the foothills of western Kentucky, fed by a river named Hardins Creek, Jacob set down roots, and there he set to building. A humble well, sturdily built to draw water from Hardins Creek, that water to power a mill, that mill to grind fields of corn, that corn to form Jacob's earliest mashes. Unassuming beginnings that would inspire a legacy measured in centuries, a single source from which our whiskey-making expertise has flowed from generation to generation for over 225 years. Each distiller taking a turn building on the foundations laid by their forebears. Finn does not seem impressed. He's down there groaning while I read this story. Anyway, this is the history of Jim Beam and how they get it. If you get a bottle, you can read the whole story. I'm not going to bore you or Finn anymore with this, but it's kind of interesting just to hear what it is. So on the bottle, it's gorgeous. Hardins Creek, Clermont. This is the Kentucky series. Oh, this is interesting. So it also says the average annual humidity is 69%. The average annual wind speed, 7 miles per hour, gives the longitude, the latitude, the number of rack houses. There's 30 in this location. They want to give you that information so then you can try to decide what factors lead to the different tastes if you're able to get all 3 of the bottles. Oh, here we go. Because I didn't finish reading the story, I didn't get to the details of it. So it says, welcome to Clermont, the first of 3 special releases within our Kentucky series. So like I said, there's going to be 3. Born in Clermont and bottled at the grand age of 204 months. I don't know about you, but I don't usually count 17 years out to the months. That's crazy. I mean, that's just insane. So when I first saw 204 months, I didn't do the math right. And I was thinking, oh, what's so special about that? Well, I didn't realize it was 17 years because apparently my math was not where it should be. So this rich amber liquid is notable for its nose of burnt sugar, palate of caramelized oak, and lingering warmth to finish. Well, the only way to know if that's true is to pour it in a glass and have a taste. So while they went cheaper with the container, which is fine, saved money on that, spend it on the whiskey, give me a better product. I don't care what it comes in. They did not cheap out with what comes on the bottle. This is leather. It's got these little metal clasps. I don't know, probably gonna break it here, but some kind of little metal, I don't know, like little tie on it. And then this cork. Oh geez. It's pretty heavy. There's definitely weight to that. There's plenty of metal in it. Hardins Creek, so you can know that it's part of their Hardins Creek series. I don't know if those noises are going to pick up on camera, but he is not impressed that I'm paying attention to the camera instead of to him. Spoiled dog. Okay. So this does not have, I mean, it's got color to it, but for 17 years old, I would expect it to have a much darker color. But maybe they don't char their barrels as much. Someone tell me if I'm wrong, because I tend to not know everything about it. I just want to taste it and tell you what I experience more than, wow, oh my goodness. Well, if you, normally Jim Beam products, I get a lot of nuts on those. I'm not getting that on this. This actually smells to me, from my memory, which, you know, is often wrong, of the Elijah Craig 18 that I have, but a higher proof. So it's got a really creamy vanilla oak presence. It smells very good. It doesn't smell like over oaked like people often say. I really have only had a couple bottles where I felt that it could be over oaked, but you know, that's just my palate. I like the oaky flavors, and this is definitely there. Okay, now that I'm smelling it a couple more times, I do get a little bit of like a dusty nuttiness to it, but it's mostly vanilla and oak in a very enjoyable way. Let's taste it. Oh wow. So yes, this is an expensive bottle, and it's only going to be out now, then it will be gone, never to be seen again. But they will be coming out with 2 more that I'm sure are going to be equally as good as this. I feel like when people complain about Booker's, it's because they're wanting something like this. This is like double the price of Booker's, and it's probably double as good. This is fantastic. It has a very nice mouthfeel, great flavor, lots of vanilla, lots of oak. Caramel, sweet, delicious. Wow. I really have nothing bad to say. A lot of times on these very oaky bourbons, I can get a bitterness to it. I'm very sensitive to that bitter note, and it turns me off to some bottles because of that. I get no bitterness. This is all sweet, oak, vanilla, caramel. Exactly what you want in a bourbon. This is great. I love it. Can't recommend it enough if it's in your price range and you can find it. Cheers. Thanks for watching. I just want to remind you guys that I will be doing a giveaway once I hit 1,000 subscribers on my live stream. We will be giving away a Henry McKenna 10, an Eagle Rare, and a Blanton's. I just need you to subscribe, share my videos, leave comments, anything you can, and then join on the live stream once we hit 1,000 subscribers. Thank you for watching. Cheers.